I'm going to tell you a story. I've been teaching for many years, and I teach all age groups. There was a woman named Alice Askew. Her husband was the coach. There's a baseball field over there. It's called Askew Stadium, and that's Marie Alice. This is the story she told. She was about 89 when she was my student. We were in a workshop, and she said that when she was a young woman, her family, meaning her father and her mother and her dad, they drove from the Las Cruces area over to Dallas to the World's Fair. They drove in one of those early vehicles, probably a Model T, I'm not sure which one. It was one day to drive over, one day to attend the fair, one day to drive home. On the way home, they had trouble with a tire. Tire got damaged, it didn't work, they put on the spare. They came on home, and then the next day the father took the Ford into the dealer and asked for the tire to be repaired. And the dealer tried to get out of it. That's your problem, you damaged it, get out of here. Marie Alice's dad said, wait a minute, I want to talk to the home office. He said, give me your phone. So I don't know what kind of a phone it was, one of the old dial-up phones. And he called Detroit. He said, I would like to speak to Henry Ford. A few minutes, Henry Ford came to the phone. And so Henry Ford was talking, and the father told him about the tire. What are you going to do about my tire? Henry Ford told Marie Alice's father to put the dealer on the phone. And those two talked. And at the end, the dealer replaced the tire free of charge and sent him on his way. For the rest of Marie Alice's life, anytime she was willing to tell the story, she said, Henry Ford was an honest man. And I want to bring that into the future. Imagine me sitting in front of my computer, and I've got trouble with Microsoft Word. And I do. And imagine me calling Microsoft Home Office, and I want to talk to Bill Gates. Put him on. Notice the expectation is different. Marie Alice's father, he expected to talk to the #1 man with no smoke screen and no put on hold. Nowadays, I wouldn't even make a fool of myself to even dial. Okay? Different expectations. But it's one of those good stories that we want to savor and hold on to because it was made in the USA, and I'm proud of Henry Ford. I would work for that guy. And I've got another story because I have an insight in, well, next week, on Thursday, we're going to be back in the classroom. Got to be teaching. And I have another story, and this one came in the back door. Because I've got a student, my daughter, who's a freshman, and so she was looking at this little story and reading her little story, and it was on a Chinese, a famous Chinese philosopher. And I'm going to have Steve end my session with this story. Because I don't know what honesty and truthfulness means to you, but this is the story of the Jade Matrix. And it's from Han Fei Tzu. It's a Chinese story, and I'm going to let you wrap up for me. Go ahead.
Once a man of Chu named Mr. Ho, having found a piece of Jade Matrix in the Chu Mountains, took it to court and presented it to King Li. King Li instructed the jeweler to examine it, and the jeweler reported, it is only a stone. The king, supposing that Ho was trying to deceive him, ordered that his left foot be cut off in punishment. In time, King Li passed away and King Wu came to the throne, and Ho once more took his matrix and presented it to King Wu. King Wu ordered his jeweler to examine it, and again the jeweler reported, it is only a stone. The king, supposing that Ho was trying to deceive him as well, ordered that his right foot be cut off. Ho, clasping the matrix to his breast, went to the foot of the Chu Mountains, where he wept for 3 days and nights, and when all his tears were cried out, he wept blood in their place. The king, hearing of this, sent someone to question him. Many people in the world have had their feet amputated. Why do you weep so piteously over it? The man asked. He replied, I do not grieve because my feet have been cut off. I grieve because a precious jewel is dubbed a mere stone, and a man of integrity is called the deceiver. This is why I weep. The king then ordered the jeweler to cut and polish the matrix, and when he had done so, a precious jewel emerged. Accordingly, he was named the Jade of Mr. Ho.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.